All right, so we are right at noon, so we're gonna go on, jump in, get started for the day. My name is Mackenzie. We're here for 30 minutes of strength, and then we'll do 15 minutes of some stretching and some foam rolling at the end. We're gonna follow our usual format today, so no big surprises coming your way. Matt, if you have one, dumbbells if you have them, foam roller if you have them, and even if you have none of that, you can just follow along with me doing all of the movements, body weight style, and water if you need to take some breaks throughout class. So with that, let's go on and jump into our warm up, rolling those shoulders down and back. Release any of the tension in the upper body, the neck. That's always the tightest area for almost all of us. Always like the hips and the neck and the shoulders. Those are the three spots. Okay, great. Music is good. Let's take it to a big arm circle now. So nice and wide, pulling the elbows back, pulling the shoulders back, opening up the chest, palms face forward. Good. Hopefully everyone's having a good week so far. Short week. That's always nice, right? So it's like it's Wednesday, but it's kind of Thursday in a way. Hopefully you all have some fun 4th of July plans or just an opportunity to rest a little bit. Let's do 2 more big arm circles here. Last one. And let those arms come down. Relax for just a second here. We're going to take it into our shoulder rotation. So elbows up, rotate down and back. Keeping the elbows lifted in line with the shoulders. Working on the internal and external rotation of our shoulders here. Get everything moving before we add any weight. Just a few more. And last one. You can let those arms come down. Again, rest for just a second here. We're gonna open up that chest to finish out our upper body. So hands together, palms facing in, and then just bringing it nice and wide. Having a little bit of a squeeze between those shoulder blades when you bring those arms out. And keeping those shoulders relaxed. So check in, make sure your shoulders aren't up by your ears. I'd like to slowly creep up without us knowing. Got a few more here. And last one. And take those arms down. We're going to take it to our lower body. So if you want to take those legs into a little bit of a wide stance, we're going to do our side to side toe taps here. So shifting, tapping opposite hand to opposite foot, leaning in to that bent leg, getting a little bit of a stretch in the inner thigh of the straight leg. Just getting a little bit of movement side to side here. Crossing those hips back. Let's do one more each side right here. Nice job. Go on and bring it up. We're going to switch into just a little bit of marches and kicks. So just standing in place. You can hold something if you need to. We're just bringing those knees up to that 90 degrees or in line with our hips. This should also help you to start engaging that core a little bit. So pulling that belly button into spine will help to turn on those abdominal muscles before we get into our exercises. Warming up the hip flexors here. And when you're ready, we're going to switch it back other way. So just kicking those heels behind us, warming up the hamstrings here, bending that knee as much as you can. You know, sometimes if you've got knee mobility issues, it might not be quite as far back of a kick, and that's okay. Want to try to keep the core engaged here too. Sometimes it's easy, people just like want to arch their back as they start kicking back, but we should still keep those hips tucked under. A few more kicks here, and when you're ready, you can slow to a stop or repeat any of those movements that we just did while I show you our first circuit. So we've got lower body to start, 4 exercises, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds of rest, 2 times through. You guys know the drill. We're gonna start with our standard squat. So feet just slightly wider than the hips. If you've got those dumbbells, you can put them up here by your shoulders. We'll sit back like we're sitting in a chair, return back up. Same thing, repeat over and over. Then we'll go into our standard deadlift. So feet are right under the hips here. Roll those shoulders back, nice flat back. Keep those knees bent. Get that stretch in those hamstrings. Then we'll go into the single leg deadlift. So you guys know you have options here. You can use weights, you can use no weights, or you can use one weight. I like to use one weight. It just kind of helps to counterbalance me a little bit. So I always put the weight in the hand of the same side that the leg is going back on. So when I go down and up, everything just kind of swings like a pendulum. Everything should be just the same as a regular deadlift, except that one leg is swinging back. But I've still got the flat back, slight bend in the knee. Everything else stays the same. So we'll do right side, first round. We'll do left side, second round. And then our fourth exercise will be our hip abduction kicks. Same thing. We'll do right leg on the first round, left leg on the second round. So pretty straightforward stuff we've all done before. Let's go on and get ready for that squat. Feet slightly wider than hips here. We've got dumbbells up. We're gonna start in 3, 2, and 1, sitting back. We're keeping those knees pressing out the entire time so we don't let them cave in, and keeping that chest lifted. Good. Weight is in the heels of the feet. So it really helps us to sit back into the squat. You've got 15 more seconds here. Almost there in 3, 2, and 1. You can come back up. Shake those legs out a little bit if you need to. We'll go into deadlift next. So walk the feet in just a bit. Reset those shoulders. Hands come forward in 3, 2, and 1. Take it down. Standard deadlift here. Getting that stretch as we go down, pushing through those heels, squeezing the glutes as we come up. Halfway there. And 10. Rest in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. We're going to move into the single leg deadlift. So remember, weights, no weights, one weight. I like to keep it in that same hand of the leg that's going to go back. I'm starting on my right leg in 3, 2, 1. Get down. Really doesn't matter which leg you're on. Just note which leg it is, so you know to switch to the other side on our second round. People also like to do different things with their arms here. I like to keep one on my side. Some people prefer to have an arm out. You choose what works for you. I'm mainly worried just about what your back and your legs are doing here. Foot is staying anchored into the floor. Slight bend in that knee. And a nice flat back. We're there in 3, 2, 1, come up, nice job. Now that one takes a little bit of concentration. We're gonna go into our hip abduction kick next. So one weight on the outside of the leg. We kick in 3, 2, 1, 45 degrees, keeping everything else straight up and down. So we're not leaning to the side. Working our hip abductors here. A bit of a chance to catch your breath before we go back into our second round. More squats, more deadlifts ahead. At least I didn't put lunges in this week. I thought about it for a second. I said, no. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice job. Shake those legs, grab a quick sip of water. We're going right back to those squats. So get into that position when you can. Dumbbells up in 3, 2, 1. Take it down, back up. Don't let that form slip just because we're on our second round here. Keeping all of the same things in mind. Core is engaged. Keeping that breathing steady. Good, halfway. Ten seconds here. You're there in 3, 2, 1. Let those weights down. Relax, shake it out. We've got standard deadlift next. So if you come in just a bit, shoulders back, arms forward. 3, 2, 1. Pushing through those heels, we take it down. Further, you think about pushing those hips to the back wall. You're going to feel that stretch. 15 more seconds. Almost there. In 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. We're going to switch over to single leg deadlift. Remember to switch your legs, whichever side you did last time. This was my bad side, so we'll see how this goes. In 3, 2, and 1. Take it down. Slow and controlled. That's what I have to tell myself, so I don't get distracted. Challenging our balance here in addition to our strength. You've got 15 more seconds. Almost there. And 3, 2, 1. Nice job. That's one. It's always hard for me to look up and look at the clock. I have to stay focused on the left leg. Let's switch over to the other side for our hip abduction. We'll start here in 3, 2, 1. To the side. Most of the others I can multitask and look at you all and look at my clock, but when I get to those left side deadlifts, I gotta lock in or I'm gonna be falling over on camera and that would not be good. Small motions here. "15 more seconds and then we're done with lower body for the day. Take a little bit of a break, get some water while I show our next circuit. You're there in 3, 2, 1, let that leg come down, relax, grab that sip of water. I'm going to show you our next circuit. So we're going to move into upper body next. Again, no big surprises this week. We'll start with our overhead press. Let's say we're doing our overhead press circuit or upper body. I don't know. I'm on autopilot. Palms facing out here. We will start with an overhead press, pressing up and coming back down. Pretty standard, keeping that core engaged underneath you. Then we'll move into our bicep curl. So palms facing out, just curling straight up and back down. Then we're going to move into our bent over fly. So hinging at the hips like we do with our deadlift. Palms will start facing in. We bring it up and back, just to look parallel with our body. So I don't need to like wing way back here, just here and up and back down, squeezing between those shoulder blades with each rep. And then we'll finish it out with our tricep extension. So it's same kind of starting position, 90-degree angle with the arms. We press back, straighten, hold, and then repeat, just like that. So pretty straightforward there. Let's go on and get set up for our overhead press. So feet are at a comfortable position underneath you, maybe a little bit wider than hips. Dumbbells up in 3, 2, 1, pressing straight up and back down. Check in, make sure those hips are tucked underneath your rib cage to help keep that core engaged. Good. Holding those strong shoulders. You're almost there. In 3, 2, 1, let those arms come down. We'll switch into the bicep curl next. So palms face out here. Make sure those shoulders are pulled back. We start in 3, 2, 1, bring it up and back down. Elbows staying glued at the sides here. If you need to, at any point, you can take any of these exercises to alternating arms. Maybe if you want to try out some heavier weights, that's an easy way to kind of ease into things. Start with alternating arms and then move into both arms. We've got 15 more seconds here. Almost there in 3, 2, 1, let it go. Relax. We've got our bent over fly next. So we're going to take it back to that same stance as the deadlift. Feet right under the hips, hinging at the hips, palms face in 3, 2, 1, bring it back and back down. Easing between those shoulder blades as you bring those weights up. If this puts any stress on your low back, remember you can take a staggered stance, so one foot in front of the other. Everything else stays the same. You've got 15 seconds here. Almost there. In 3, 2, 1, bring it back down. Rest for just a second. You can kind of stand up. We're going to go back into a bent over position to do our tricep kickbacks. In just a few, you decide regular stance or the staggered stance in 3, 2, 1. Arms bend and then extend. You can try to hold that end position for a few counts for a little bit of a challenge. Should be feeling this in the triceps. Halfway there. right at the end. In 3, 2, 1, and come back up. Shake it out just a little bit. We're going right back to the top of that. So into our overhead press for our second round of upper body. In 3, 2, and 1, back overhead. Anyone does have fun 4th of July plans, let me know. I do not have anything big planned over here, but I've been trying to get to the pool, and every day that I say I'm going to go to the pool, it randomly decides to just absolutely downpour here in Austin. So that hasn't worked out for me, but maybe it'll be sunnier this weekend and I can do that to cool off a little bit. We've got 15 more seconds here. Almost there in 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let those arms come down. Bicep curls will be next. So palms face out. Roll the shoulders back a little bit here. We'll curl it up in 3, 2, and 1. Straight curls. Yes, it's been very hot in Austin, and somehow every time I decide to go to the pool, it's been one time, it cools down. But then I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna stay inside in my AC and escape the heat. We've got 15 more seconds here. We're there in 3, 2, 1. Let those arms relax, come down, shake it out a little bit. I don't know, that just always feels good to me in between. We're gonna go into the bent over fly next. So if you did do a stagger stance, you might want to switch legs just to kind of even out the sides here in 3, 2, 1. Take it up and back down. If you have heavier weights, again, this might be a good one where it feels better to take it to alternating arms. You choose what feels good for you based on what you have. Strengthening that mid back here. You've got less than 10. In 3, 2, 1, let it relax. Come down. We're going to switch into our tricep extensions next. So same thing, staggered stance if you would like. Make sure you switch the legs around. In 3, 2, 1, take it back. I just realized, I think this playlist has been on shuffle instead of whatever the set playlist is that I had, because I think I was too focused on the volume that I did not hit play. So, and I cannot hear the sound over here. When it's quiet enough on your all's end, it's basically dead on my end, which is fine. So if anything crazy has played throughout the duration of this class, just know that I have no idea what it was. And that was not programmed by me. That was the Spotify algorithm. In 3, 2, 1, let those triceps come down. Nice job. We're gonna go on and transition down to our third and final circuit here. We are gonna do a little bit of core. So we're gonna do side planks, boiler. If you are standing or don't have the ability to get down to the mat, I want to quickly show the modifications. Here's one thing: if you have any kind of fixed object, whether that's a desk or a stationary chair, you have those feet stacked and then just leaning to the side. Just think about same things that you would think about down on the mat. So you don't want those hips to dip in here. You don't want them to be taken out. You want to try to put that body in as much of a straight line as you can. This is a nice way to be able to modify that side plank. Obviously, the further you walk the feet out, the more of an angle you'll be at, and the more challenging it will be. Main thing is just make sure whatever you're leaning on is a solitary item that's not going to move or fall on you. I don't want you to fall over, so that's not one for a rolling chair. Let's go on and transition down to the mat for those little side planks down here. And 2 modifications down here. You guys already probably know that you can take it down on the forearm or up on your hand. You also have the option to be on the knees, stacked one over the other, or you can come up onto the feet, same thing, stacked one over the other. You choose what feels good for you. We're gonna do 45 seconds on each side. I don't think we'll have time for 2 rounds, so just 1 round through. Go on and get set up. We're gonna start with the right side facing down. In 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up. You also want to try to make sure those knees are in line with your shoulder. You're not way out the front or way behind you. And again, we're squeezing the side abdominal muscles here. Keep everything nice and straight. Working those obliques. You've got less than 15 here. In 3, 2, 1, you can bring it back down. Nice job. We're going to switch over to the other side. You can swivel like me or just rotate and look away from me, whichever's easiest. Once you get all set up, we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Same thing. Other side. Keeping those hips lifted. We're working through any little shakes. I'm going to come down for a second because I can't see the clock. Good. You've got less than 15. I had to shimmy over just a hair to be able to see it. And 3, 2, 1, and come down. But if I can't see that clock, they might end up side planking for an extra 30 seconds. Who knows? All right, that does bring us right to the end of class with just about 30 seconds to spare. But we are going to switch into some stretching and some foam rolling if you want to hang around or have time to. That being said, if you have to head out, I am teaching for the rest of July, so no planned outages or anything like that right now. I am uploading all of the classes to YouTube, so past month or so is up on YouTube now. I'll upload this class tomorrow, maybe even this afternoon, so it'll be up there available as well. And so we'll see you next week if you have to head out. If you're sticking around, we're going to go on and switch into our stretching and our foam rolling. We're going to start with our glutes today since we did do a lot of glute work. Starting with that figure 4 stretch, tried and true. So you can take that one, as you guys know, either down on the mat or in a seated position, whichever's more comfortable for you. I like to do it down on the mat. So we're going to take the right ankle over the left knee here. Grab the back of that left leg and bring it in towards you. Or if you're seated, just lower that chest down towards your legs. And we're just gonna lean into the stretch here. Try to hold it. Once you get comfortable with it, you can try to bring that leg in just like another inch or 2 to deepen the stretch. And you should feel this in your right glute.
Again, if you're starting to feel relaxed into the stretch, see if you can take it just a little bit deeper. When you're ready, you can slowly release that and switch over to the other side. And we'll take the left ankle over the right knee, grab the back of the right leg, or lower that chest down to the legs. And you'll feel this on your left side. Then once you feel relaxed in that stretch, see if you can pull it just an inch or two deeper into the stretch, or lower that chest just a little bit further. You can slowly untangle from that. We're going to do a hamstring stretch next. You have options here. Of course, there's lots of different ways you can stretch your hamstrings. If you'd like, you can stay on the mat and have one leg up and use the back of your arms to support. I know that's not comfortable for everyone though. So if you prefer, you can take a seated position and bend one leg, reach forward and do it that way. Or you have a standing option, or even seated in a chair, where you would just kickstand one leg forward and then hinge at the hips to slightly lower the chest down. So you kind of pick what works best for you. As long as you've got one leg straight and we're getting a little bit of a stretch in the back of the hamstring, that's all I'm worried about. So I'm going to take the option down here on the mat. Hands are interlocked behind my right leg. And again, just go until you can feel a comfortable stretch, nothing painful. You can also flex the foot here. I know you can't see my foot, but flexing it and even alternating between pointing and flexing it might feel nice. When you're ready, you can slowly bring that leg back in, and we'll switch over to the other side. Same thing, whichever variation you're taking. And when you're ready, you can bring that back in. We're going to switch over to foam rolling our glutes and our hamstrings. So if you want to grab that foam roller, if you don't have a foam roller, you can repeat back through those same two stretches that we just did. Starting with the glutes, we're going to take a seat on our foam roller here, kind of shifting the hips to the right side. You can just stay here, both feet on the floor, or take that right ankle over the left knee. Small motions back and forth. have said that, you know, it's rained a lot this past week in Austin. I'll say the past few nights when it's rained have been when I've been at the gym. And it just like absolutely starts pouring, and I maybe would have got off the treadmill or left my workout a little bit earlier. But I'm like, if I leave right now, then I'm gonna be soaking wet. So I'm just gonna wait. So I feel like the weather is like forcing me to work out longer. Let's go on and switch over to the left side. Same thing here. Rolling out the left glute. Yeah, I'm like, it's happened too many days in a row. The weather's like, you're stuck on that treadmill. You need to do another 20 minutes of walking for the day. Small motions here. If you need to readjust, if you roll away from yourself, you can. And when you're ready, you can come down, bring that foam roller in front of you. So we're going to switch over to the hamstrings here. Foam roller under the right leg to start. Raise up onto the hands, bringing the hips up, and we'll just go from the glutes down towards the knee. Rotate that foot in and out. See what feels tight. And when you're ready, we'll switch over to the other leg. So same thing, left side. I'm glad none of the songs that have played since we've been down on, for some reason I can always hear it better when I'm stretching. It's like my ears cannot hear all of a sudden when I'm up doing squats and deadlifts and lunges and counting, and it feels too chaotic. Just when I'm down on the mat, I'm like, oh, I can hear the music a little bit better now and slow down my thoughts. And I haven't heard anything too crazy, so that's good. It's like the Spotify algorithm sometimes is correct of what I want to listen to, and other times it pulls up songs and I'm like, what the heck is this? Couple more passes here. Then when you're ready, you can come back down to the mat. Put that foam roller to the side. Find a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you. Let's roll those shoulders down and back just a few times together. And then we're going to take one arm across the other, support with the other arm. Again, make sure those shoulders are relaxed. And when you're ready, switch over to the other side. And you can release that. And we're going to switch into our overhead tricep stretch here. So taking one arm back, Using the other elbow or the other hand to pull that elbow back. Try to just focus on the arm and not pushing the head forward. And switch other side. And bring the head down. We'll interlock the hands together, push it forward, and just round out that upper back a little bit. Hold it here for a second. You can tuck that chin under. And raise back up to seated, kind of neutral position. When you're ready, we'll take that right ear, lean it to the right shoulder. You can set the left hand out to the side if that feels good. And slowly switch to the other side. And slowly bring it back to center. We're gonna roll those shoulders down and back just a few times to kind of reset. And then we'll finish out with our neck rolls, 3 clockwise and then 3 counterclockwise, going at your own speed, nice and slow, so you feel the stretch on all the sides of the neck, the shoulders, maybe even down into the chest a little bit. And switch other direction when you're ready. And then when you're ready, find your way back to that neutral center. That does take us to the end of today's class. Thank you guys for joining another week, taking some time for yourself out of your busy weeks. And like I said, I will be here the whole rest of the month. Let's see, we got a question in here. What is the purpose of massaging the hamstrings with the roller on the floor? So it just helps to relieve any tension that you might have in the hamstrings. We do it on the floor, so that way the foam roller can apply that pressure to the muscles. So most foam rolling, I mean, there's maybe a few things you could do standing, but primarily like with a wall, but primarily you have to have something to apply that pressure. And so the floor is the best way to kind of use our own body weight to kind of get into our own muscles. I tell everyone it's kind of like self-massage. So when you can't go to a massage or can't afford to be doing that every week, if you're like me, you can kind of do it yourself with the foam roller. So that is why we use the floor. Absolutely. And hopefully you'll feel that benefit the next day. The more you incorporate the foam rolling, hopefully the less tension and soreness you'll have after your workout. So I like to do it post workout, and sometimes if I'm just feeling tight in general, it's always good to do regularly. So that's everything I've got for you guys. I'll be back here next Wednesday. Happy 4th to you guys as well. Have a good, safe holiday weekend, and I'll catch you next week. Bye, everybody.